Hello, everybody. Welcome to Birds of a Feather. This is episode 3 of your daily Baltimore sports podcast. My name is Nathan Stroud. It is a beautiful Saturday afternoon here. And, we got a lot to talk about. We got the Orioles win. We've got the Ravens' 30th anniversary. We've got a lot going on in Baltimore sports today that we're going to be talking about, and let's get right into it. Going over to the Orioles, they get a 9-5 win over the Toronto Blue Jays. The Orioles now move to 2-1 on the season. Great stuff to see. The Orioles started the game off early with a home run by Colton Cowser and Jordan Westburg, and then Toronto quickly answered back and tied the game in the second inning. And then in the third inning, the Toronto laid on 2 more runs. And then in the fourth and fifth innings, the Orioles scored 6 runs total in innings 4 and 5, and then ran away with the game from there. Starting off from the top here, we got Colton Cowser leading off again. Went 1 for 5, got his first hit of the season, and also got his first home run of the season, which is great to see from Colton. Should have won American League Rookie of the Year last year, but hey, that's another conversation for another day. Adley Rutschman, 1 for 5. Ryan O'Hearn goes 2 for 5. Jordan Westburg is the player of the day. Jordan Westburg, 4 for 5, 3 runs, 2 RBIs, 2 home runs. Starting off the season with a .462 average. Jordan Westburg, an incredible start to the year, an incredible game today. Has a 4-hit game, 2 home runs. Just spectacular by Jordan Westburg. He gets that home run in the first inning, and then he also gets the home run in the 7th inning that put the final stamp on things. And then after Jordan, you got Cedric, 1 for 4. Heston Kjerstad made his debut this season at right field. Went hitless, went 0 for 2, but did get an RBI, and it was because of a sac fly. Ramon Laureano didn't end up playing. He came into the game, but he didn't get an at-bat. Gary Sanchez made his debut for the Orioles today. He was catching. Adley was DHing. Gary Sanchez went 0 for 3, but did get a sac fly. You'd love to see guys go out there and just do a job sometimes. Situational hitting. Jackson Holliday didn't get a hit today, went 0 for 3. Did get a walk, did get a run, but Jackson Holliday, not a great game. And then Ramon Urias, a great game today by Ramon. Went 3 for 4 and definitely had the biggest hit of the day. He had a bases clearing 3 RBI double in the 4th inning that got the Orioles actually ahead of the Blue Jays, and then once they took that lead back, they never gave it up. They went 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Not bad at all. 12 hits, 9 runs scored. Nothing crazy for the Orioles. Did only force 1 walk, but great hitting today for the Orioles. The offense came out, showed out 9 runs. You like to see it. But speaking of runners in scoring position, if you go over and look at the Blue Jays runners in scoring position, it is a disgraceful 1 for 14. Those are 2024 second half Oriole prime numbers right there. That looks like that runners in scoring position stat looks like something that I'd see from the Orioles at the end of last year. But the Blue Jays did struggle today with runners in scoring position. Obviously, lots of fight from the pitchers on our team. Speaking of the pitchers, we go down here. We look at Dean Kramer as the starter. Does get the win today, is 1-0 on the year, but did not have the greatest game of all time. He went 5.1 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Gave up the home run to Jimenez in the 3rd inning. An 81 pitch count, nothing crazy for Dean Kramer, but again, not bad at all. 6 strikeouts, you like to see that. But, you don't love to see the runs. Obviously, the runs was a little bit of a problem. Gave up 5 runs, put the Orioles in a little bit of danger in the 3rd inning. When we were down 4-2. But, you love to see Dean Kramer going out getting the win. He did fight a lot in those 5th and 6th innings to stay in the game. And that's what you like to see, Even if a pitcher is going to go out there and not have the greatest day on the mound in terms of, giving up runs, if he can go out there and get you 5 or 6 innings, you can't complain too much about it. Dean Kramer, he fights. You love to see it. Not the greatest day, but it was enough because the offense picked up the slack. But the big star for pitching today was pretty much the entire bullpen. Dean Kramer gave up all 5 runs that the Blue Jays scored. But when you look at Keegan Aiken and Yennier Cano and Gregory Soto, Seranthony Dominguez, and the main man, Felix Bautista. When you look at all those guys right there, none of them ended up giving up a run, and it was a great showing from the bullpen. Obviously, yesterday wasn't the best showing for the bullpen. The first game, the bullpen didn't end up giving up a run, but they did look a little shaky. Today, they went out there and just held that lead. I mean, it was 8-4, and then it was 8-5. After Dean Kramer left, it was 8-5, and then Jordan Westbrook obviously got that extra run in as the cushion run, but the bullpen shut it down. I mean, again, bullpens in baseball can be very shaky sometimes. They can give up games anytime, any place, anywhere. And the bullpen, I mean, they shut it down. They did great. But someone in particular that I want to talk about from the bullpen, I mean, he's the main man of the day. I mean, maybe not the main man of the day, but, I mean, Jordan Westbrook obviously had a great day. But probably the best story of the day, I would say, in this game, Felix Bautista comes back and makes his first appearance in the majors in almost 600 days. It has been a very long time since we've seen Felix Bautista pitch. He didn't pitch at all last year, and he goes out there, pitches 1 inning on a 22-pitch count, goes out there, has 22 pitches, 1 inning, gives up a hit, gives up a walk, but has 3 strikeouts in his first game back. You love to see it from the mountain man, Felix Bautista. And, I mean, he's going to play a crucial role for this team moving forward throughout the year. Obviously, every single team would love to have a great closer. And Felix Bautista just so happens to be one of the best closers in baseball. He was the AL reliever of the year in 2023. And he went out there, had a great game. Was a little bit shaky. You know, obviously gave up the hit, gave up the walk, you know, pitched 22 times in the inning. But he did get the 3 strikeouts. He did get the job done, and he did end up closing out the game for the Orioles, which you always love to see. Obviously, last year, the Orioles struggled a lot with closing games out because of Craig Kimbrell. And Craig Kimbrell was either the best closer in baseball, or he looked like he didn't belong to be in the big leagues. And for most of the time, it looked like he didn't belong to be in the big leagues. And he was a big problem. But Felix Bautista, obviously, better than Craig Kimbrell. Super happy that he's here. He's going to play a big role for us down the line. I do expect him to lock up quite a few more wins than Craig Kimbrell did. But Felix Bautista is back and better than ever. You love to see it. And moving over to the game tomorrow, the Orioles do play tomorrow, I think around like 12:30. So it is going to be an earlier game for the Orioles, about a noon game. But the Orioles play a little bit earlier tomorrow, but tomorrow's game is something that I am super, super, super excited about. Other than opening day, this was the game that I was really excited about, and that's because Tomoyuki Sugano is making not only his Orioles debut, not only his season debut, but his Major League Baseball debut. He's a rookie. He is a rookie. He's a 35-year-old rookie, Tomoyuki Sugano. He is a legend in Japan. Pitched in the Japan League for a really long time throughout his whole career. They built a statue outside of the stadium that he played for. That's how you know he is a legend where he played. But he ended up signing with the Orioles. Big deal. Lots of hype surrounding that deal. Super exciting to see Tomoyuki Sugano making his Oriole debut tomorrow. And I would love for him to go out there and just pitch like 6 innings, no runs. That would be spectacular. That'd be great. But something with Tomoyuki Sugano that I'm really looking to see, not only in his start tomorrow, but as the starts and as things move forward throughout the year, it would be great for Tomoyuki Sugano to be that really trustworthy, like 3-4 guy in the rotation. Because obviously they are dealing with some injuries right now. Other than if there's more injuries throughout the year, this is the worst that the pitching is going to look, because you don't have Kyle Bradish, you don't have Grayson Rodriguez. Zach Eflin is the best starting pitcher on your roster, but if Tomoyuki Sugano can come out here and play like a solid 3-4 guy, then eventually when Grayson comes back, hopefully in the next couple months, and if Kyle Bradish comes back in like the beginning of the second half of the season, then you're looking at a lineup, or not a lineup, you're looking at a rotation with Kyle Bradish, Grayson Rodriguez, Zach Eflin, Tomoyuki Sugano, and then either like a Charlie Morton or Dean Kramer as your 5 guy. So I would love for Tomoyuki Sugano to come out here and just be great and play amazing. I think I saw he had like the third or fourth best odds to win Rookie of the Year. So, I mean, there's a lot of hype surrounding this guy. I'm super excited to see how he does, because I think that he could be the true wild card when it comes to this pitching staff. Because, we can't really have a super big opinion on him because, again, he hasn't played in the majors. So no one really knows how he's going to do, because he's making his debut tomorrow. Super excited to see how he does. And again, no one can really have an opinion on him. I can't really sit here and say that he's, going to do great or that he deserves to be like an ace, because again, he is a little bit older, but it's going to be super interesting to see how he does. Super excited for the game tomorrow. So the episode tomorrow should be up probably, in less than 24 hours. We'll be talking about Tomoyuki Sugano's start and how he did. Hopefully he goes out there. Maybe we'll go out there and get a no-hitter tomorrow from Tomoyuki Sugano. That would be absolutely electric. But we'll see what's going on. And the Orioles looking good right now, 2-1 on the season, looking for their first series win tomorrow. If they win, they go 3-1 on the year, and they win the series 3-1 against Toronto. But if they do lose, then they end up splitting the series 2-2 and moving to a 2-2 record. Some more Orioles news going on. The Orioles went out and traded for right-handed pitcher Cody Petit. He is 30 years old. He hasn't played a ton of major league games in his career. I do remember him last year playing for the Yankees. He played 7 games for the Marlins in 2021 with a 4.99 ERA. Played 12 games for the Marlins in 2022 with a 3.86 ERA. And then in 2024, last year for the Yankees, I remember him playing last year for the Yankees. He was solid. He started 4 games, went 3-0 with a 2.2 ERA with a 1.07 whip. Not bad from Cody Petit last season with the Yankees. And I was really surprised by this move, because this was the player in the trade when the Yankees traded for Cody Bellinger. Cody Petit was the player that they gave up to get him. And the Cubs, he didn't end up making the opening day roster, and then they ended up just trading him to the Orioles for cash consideration. So, again, this is a no-risk, high-reward situation. You didn't give up a lot. There's no super big risk to it. You didn't give up really anything. So I think that the Orioles would feel comfortable, maybe cutting Cody if he doesn't end up playing well, because you didn't give up anything to get him in the first place. All you gave up was cash consideration. So it was pretty much just like you're signing this guy. But Cody is now an Oriole. It's exciting to see. We'll see how he does. I can't really sit here and say that this is a negative move. We'll see how he does. I don't know if we're going to use him as a starter or a reliever. I would think that we would maybe use him as a reliever, but he can also maybe be that 5-6 guy if we do get some injuries. And you never know. You always got to have backup, and you always got to have insurance just in case one of your starting pitchers get hurt. But yeah, Cody Petit, pitcher for the Orioles. We'll see how it goes. I don't mind the move at all. And hey, let's go. Moving over to the Ravens. The Ravens are celebrating their 30th year anniversary as a team today. March 29th, 1996, the Baltimore Ravens were born, and here we are, 2025, 30-year anniversary for the Baltimore Ravens. Congratulations. Happy 30th anniversary for the Ravens. You look at this franchise, you look at the 2 Super Bowl rings, you look at the countless legendary players on this team's history. You look at all the Hall of Fame players. You look at this team when they first became a thing. You look at Jonathan Ogden being the first pick that this team ever had. You look at Ray Lewis. You look at Ed Reed. You look at Terrell Suggs. You look at Joe Flacco. Look at Marshall Yanda. Look at Lamar Jackson. Look at all of these absolute legends of the Ravens organization. And again, this team right now is in a great spot. The Ravens have always held themselves as a very high class and high standard organization. One of the best run franchises in the NFL. And again, you look at all the guys on the team now. Obviously, you got Lamar, you got Zay, you got Rashad Bateman, you got Roquan Smith, you got Namandi Madubuike, you got Marlon Humphrey, you got Nate Wiggins, you got Kyle Hamilton, you got Tyler Linderbaum, you got all these amazing, amazing players on the Ravens. And the expectation, again, is this team for for them to win a Super Bowl. That's the expectation. They need to at least make the Super Bowl, get past the AFC. Obviously, the Bills and the Chiefs will have something to say about that. But the Ravens are in a great spot. Love this team to death. And here's to another amazing 30 years, and hopefully some success here in recent years. Hopefully some success here in the coming years to win another Super Bowl. And moving over to some more Ravens news here, we've got an official look here at the Baltimore Ravens draft hat and for 2025. And I know if you're listening on Spotify, you're not going to be able to see this, but I mean, it looks like just a normal Ravens hat. It's got the Ravens logo. It's got Ravens on top. It's got Baltimore, Maryland on the bottom. And then on the bill of the hat, it's got this flower embroidery on it on the edges that look really cool. And then there's also a little pin on it with a blue crab, a Baltimore blue crab. As y'all know, Baltimore blue crab, big part of Baltimore and just like the community and the city. But every single team kind of has their own pin. I remember I was looking at some. I know the Packers have the bicycle, like the bikes that they use when they ride from Lambeau to training camp. The Cowboys have like America with a star on it and to represent America's team. Philadelphia has the Liberty Bell, and what was some other ones? I know that Pittsburgh had the Roberto Clemente Bridge, and I mean a bunch of them had like a bunch of just different stuff on it. And I remember like the Tennessee Titans had a guitar representing like Nashville country music, all that stuff. But draft hat looks cool. Really like it. Really like the pin edition. You don't really see that a lot. I like putting pins on my hats, and this looks really, really, really cool. So hopefully someone great's going to be wearing this on the 24th of April when the draft starts. And speaking of the draft, again, the NFL draft I will be doing, not for the draft, but this Monday I will be doing mock draft Monday. Every Monday leading up to the draft, I will be doing mock draft Monday. And this Monday, I will be doing a mock draft, not just for the Ravens, but also for the entire NFL. I'm going to see if I can try and predict what, just not just predict, but just see what's going to happen with the NFL draft. Going to go through all 32 first-round picks, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm super excited. Super into the draft. I've always been really into the draft. It's always been one of my favorite parts of the NFL, and one of my favorite things to watch and look forward to in sports in general is the draft. Not only like the NFL draft, but also the NBA draft, the MLB draft. The draft in general is just super, super, super fun to me. And we're going to be seeing what's going to go on with the Ravens draft here in less than a month. And I was thinking about doing something on the day of the NFL draft, at least for the first round. Maybe I'll do it all 3 days. But I was thinking about on YouTube, like doing a little like live stream reaction to the draft. And just, having you guys in here with me watching and seeing what's going on. Obviously, I can't have the draft on my screen, but I can, just react to the picks with you guys and see how it works. And it'll be a lot of fun. So I was thinking about maybe doing that on draft night. Draft night's always been super special to me. And we'll see what happens. Obviously, the Ravens we pick at pick 27. So a little later in the night, but it will still be a lot of fun. And I might be doing it. Sounds like it'll be a lot of fun and then something that could be really, really, really cool. And that is going to be it for today's episode of Birds of a Feather. Again, this was episode 3. We went over the Ravens' 9-5 victory over the Toronto Blue Jays. The Orioles win over the Toronto Blue Jays. Sorry, I was just talking about the Ravens, getting them a little confused. But the Orioles get a huge win over the Blue Jays. Orioles move to 2-1 on the season. We play tomorrow. Tomoyuki Sugano debut tomorrow. I am ecstatic about that. I'm so excited. We'll see how that goes. Super, super, super excited. We'll see how that goes, man. I'm looking for a big game from Tomoyuki. Starting off the season hot. We'll see what goes on. And yeah, episode 4 of the podcast will be out tomorrow. And with the Ravens, we'll see if any news goes on tomorrow with them. Obviously, today was the 30th year anniversary. The draft hat got revealed. Yesterday, we went over the John Harbaugh extension. And yeah, we're moving along. Baltimore sports is moving along. New things will pop up every single day. There'll be stuff to talk about every single day regarding the Orioles and the Ravens. Orioles game tomorrow at around 12:30. We'll see if there's any Ravens news tomorrow as well. My name is Nathan Stroud. Thank you guys for joining me, and again, thank you guys for listening along. I really, really do appreciate the support that I've gotten for the show so far. I'm hoping that it's going to continue to grow, and I hope you guys can continue to join me on this journey as we go through Baltimore sports, talk about it, all the news, everything like that, because it's a lot of fun. I'm having a blast doing it, and I hope you guys are having a blast listening along. So thank you guys again, and I will see you guys in the next episode tomorrow, probably around like midday sometime tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.